We have some exciting new Dexter Resurrection updates to discuss, so let's get into it. I'm Pamela, welcome back to the channel. We're going to discuss some Dexter updates today. So first up, we have confirmation that actor Jimmy Smits, aka Miguel Prado from season 3 of Dexter, is back for Dexter Resurrection. This article from DexterDaily.com says, Jimmy Smits, who portrayed one of Dexter's most iconic villains, Miguel Prado in season 3, will be returning to the highly anticipated Dexter Resurrection starring Michael C. Hall. According to Deadline, Smits will reprise his role as Miguel Prado in the sequel series, though details surrounding his character's return remain under wraps. And if you guys remember, just a few days ago, John Lithgow, who of course played the Trinity Killer, has also announced that he's returning. And we did discuss in a previous video some details about Trinity's return. John Lithgow revealed that he comes back sort of as a phantom, as Dexter is being brought back to life on the hospital table. So this article from Dexter Daily says, while the specifics of Miguel's return have yet to be fully revealed, it's expected that his comeback will be similar to Trinity's. Which of course was also my initial thought the second that I heard the news. You know, Miguel Prado is obviously dead, just like Trinity, so they have to get a little creative with how they're going to come back. There's really only two options, either you know, this like hallucination of Dexter's, or some type of flashback, which would also be very cool to see. But I do feel like as far as villains that had like the biggest impact on Dexter go, Miguel's probably pretty high up there compared to some of the other villains, because he did sort of form a friendship with him. You know, Miguel is one of the few people on the planet who knew the truth about Dexter, who saw him for what he really is. And Miguel, you know, betrayed him a little bit, so I definitely could see Miguel sort of taunting Dexter in this form of some kind of hallucination as he's on that hospital table. This is very exciting. This show honestly just keeps on getting better and better. Every single update that we get is like a great update. There has yet to be something that I hear that I'm like, ugh, kind of upset about it, you know? This article also does say most recently Dexter Original Sin sort of paved the way for Smits' return to the franchise by briefly introducing a young Miguel Prado portrayed by Nick Santucci as an Easter egg within the storyline, which I absolutely loved. I loved seeing a young Miguel Prado with a young LaGuardia in the prequel. That was so much fun. So we do have another update to discuss. Actor David Madigoff, I think that's how you say his last name, from Dexter New Blood, set to return as Teddy Reed in Dexter Resurrection. So if you remember from Dexter New Blood, Teddy was a rookie at the Iron Lake Police Department, having only been on the force for 3 weeks. According to Deadline, he will have a recurring role in Dexter Resurrection, meaning fans can expect to see him in multiple episodes. So this is very interesting. We know that Dexter essentially gets caught in Dexter New Blood. Angela figures him out and thinks that he's the Bay Harbor Butcher. She calls Angel Batista, tells him about it. He's on his way to New York the last time we see him, and as we know for Dexter Resurrection, Dexter is now in New York City. Now, there is still no word on Julia Jones, who plays Angela Bishop. She has not announced that she's going to be back for Dexter Resurrection. We've all kind of been wondering, will she be back? You know, she's the one who figured out Dexter. She's the one who contacted Batista. Obviously, I have no idea if she'll be back. I mean, it's definitely possible. They're still making casting announcements at this point, even like 10 weeks into filming. And the show does sort of come out soon. It comes out in like 2 to 3 months, depending on at what point in June it premieres. Now, because we haven't heard about Angela yet, I was kind of assuming that she won't be in it. And maybe that's because once Dexter flees Iron Lake, it's sort of out of her jurisdiction. Or maybe it even gets handed over to the feds. You know, if they think they have this big serial killer on their hands, the FBI will take over, just like we saw in season 2 with the Bay Harbor Butcher. So I was thinking that Angela might not even need to be in the show, even though it would make sense to at least see her in the very first episode, because we know Harrison shoots Dexter, Angela's there, and then we know that Dexter is going to be taken to the hospital, so I feel like Angela has to be there for some of it at least. So like I was saying, it's not technically necessary for Angela to be in the show, but now with the return of Teddy, like, I don't know, I feel like we need Angela. So hopefully they announce that soon. You know, I was always thinking maybe they want to keep it a surprise, but the fact that they're announcing all these other people returning, like Trinity, Miguel, which they definitely could keep a secret if they wanted to, which it would be a nice surprise if we sat down to watch the show and saw them pop up and we were totally surprised. I honestly would prefer that. So even though these announcements are making me happy, I do wish that they would keep certain things a secret. So we'll see. That's it for now. Those are just a couple of the latest updates for Dexter Resurrection. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Make sure you turn on all notifications so that you don't miss out on future Dexter Resurrection updates just like this one. Please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see you guys next time.